Charleston White. Right? And I think that people have to understand what he's doing. Sometimes he has to be obnoxious and say something that's loud and absurd to draw your attention to him. But once he gets your attention, then he starts delivering a very valid message. And what I perceive of him is he's holding up a mirror to the hypocrisy in our communities, in the African American community, but probably greater communities, but especially within the African American community. And I applaud it. And I don't like, better yet, that we allow all these other detrimental actors in our community to do harm, and when he holds up and he chastises them, we want to look at him like he's strictly the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? This rapper could promote death and destruction, and we embracing this, but when he's chastising this rapper or gang member or whatever else you may be that inflicts injury to the community, we get offended. I'm reading this book with some friends, right? We started a little book club. I'm not really reading it, it's an audio book. It's a W.E.B. Du Bois book, and it speaks of the double-mindedness. I recall a segment that talks to the double-mindedness in the African American community, and I still see that till this day, man. Like, it's crazy how we do the things we do, you know. But to be fair, damn near human nature. People will pivot and move a goal line as long as it promotes their agenda.
Yeah.
So it's like people's morality is not sincere a lot of times.
I don't hear too much flack from most people about Charleston White. I feel like most people are on his side.
Maybe now he's won people over, but initially I heard a lot of people criticize him. Oh, he's a Trump supporter. Oh, he's this, that, that. I don't even know if he's really a Trump supporter. But we tend to throw the baby out with the bathwater, right?
Sure, we do. We know for that.
Yeah. And then a person can make 20 valid points, but they say one thing, the 21st thing you disagree with, like, oh, he said this, forget him. Like, nigga, what about the other 20 things? Like, that's valid. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, but you gonna dismiss all of this?
Listen, I tried to tell this to my son, but it's true. It's like one rotten apple spoils a whole bunch. You can do a ton of good for the world, and you do one thing, and that's your head. Like, I don't understand why it's like that either, but certain things, I think the severity of it, it's like, whoa, we gotta pause. Like with Kanye, but we could talk about him later. Like, he said that one thing and everybody's ready to throw him away, but yet he did say a whole bunch of stuff that made sense and that was valid, right?
And people turn their back on him. When he snatched the mic from Taylor Swift, right? People turn their back on him. He's bugging. When it's like George Bush don't care about black people. Black people turn their back on him. Now he pivoted in some other kind of way. Slavery is a choice, and if he's saying it the way I think he's saying it, he's right. Right? Now, understand, I'm not saying it's a good choice, because the option is slavery or death. Right? That's really what the option is, right?
Yeah.
We always got a choice.
Maybe.
That just doesn't the choice. No, we always got a choice.
Oh yeah.
The other choice ain't pleasant though.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying?
Neither was pleasant.
Yeah, neither one of them is gonna be pleasant. So I interpreted it as that. Like, slavery is a choice. Like, yo, give me liberty or give me death type of situation. Now I don't know if that's what he meant. But for people to get so offended by it, I'm like, yo, you offended by that. Meanwhile, you embracing this singer who's talking about objectifying and humiliating black women. You know what I'm saying? And raping black women and drugging black women. What makes you any better, or what makes that individual who's promoting that any better than Kanye? So it's that double, like, yo, you picking and choosing. And I hate that about our community, man. We don't have no set. It's all how we feel. I personally believe that the African American community are like teenagers. We're very emotional. And part of that might be due to the systemic racism that we've experienced throughout the years, and we're in our quote unquote infancy. so to speak. But I think oftentimes we act too emotionally to certain stimuli. But that's just my opinion. I could probably argue it from both perspectives.
Um, so Charleston White, back to him regarding the latest stunt with T.I.'s son. What is your opinion on that? Do you feel like children or somebody's children should be off limits when you are trying to make an example out of a group of people?
Are we talking about the Ti situation specifically, or are we talking in general?
With the T.I. situation specifically.
Okay, Ti's son is a celebrity, and he's not a child. He's an 18-year-old man who can go to jail and do life in jail. He could join the military. He could vote. He could carry guns. Why should he be off limits? Tell me why this little boy who's promoting criminal and dysfunctional behavior should be off limits.
I personally don't think he should be off limits, but a lot of people do feel like this is this man's child. If you
That
got beef with me, leave it with me. But the child, his child, because he's not the child, he's an 18-year-old grown man,
Yeah,
came for Charleston White, so he just got back what he gave. So
exactly.
I get that. But if
What's
you have beef with another man and then that man comes for your child, would you feel some kind of way?
Of course, but there's multiple ways of looking at that. I can understand. I don't promote it. I don't encourage it. I believe that if a situation was severe enough, I can understand certain moves. But in this situation, my understanding is the little boy came at Charleston White and there was a back and forth. When I say the little boy, he's a young man. He's immature, like we all were at 18. He's not developed mentally, but he is legally an adult. He's out here
Legally.
doing everything. I saw an interview where he was drinking liquor with his father while he was discussing something, right? So let's stop acting. We can't pick and choose when we gonna be kids and when we gonna be adults. If Ti was chastising him prior to Charleston White getting at him and saying, "Hey, you need to do this, or you're gonna have to go to jail," blah blah blah, he got to deal with the consequences. Well, you address him like he was an adult then. Why are we trying to pretend he's a boy now just because he's your child? And forget that. You want to protect your child. It's just like Charleston White says. Y'all want to protect your children, but what about all them children and the families that y'all hurt through your criminal activity and the negativity that you promoted through your music? Like, niggas be wanting to pick and choose when things are supposed to happen. As long as it's not affecting them, they cool with it. But as soon as it affects them, oh, this is off limits. It's not supposed to happen like this. No. You are perpetuating destruction, death and destruction in our community. So when it comes back to you, as if I recall correctly, and I already get this from a movie, the chickens have come home to roost, right? Or is that Malcolm X in the movie? The chickens coming home to roost, or
Yeah.
whatever it's called. So ain't like Ti was out here promoting love and happiness and harmony. Like, yo, and why is your 18-year-old son who is so privileged running wild in the streets?
When he has choices. Now he
He
has
has
choices.
options and resources, man. You could do anything, and you choosing to be
Anything.
like the kid who doesn't have resources. I don't understand it, and maybe there's something going on. I can't critique it. Just logically, it don't make sense to me
Right.
on a surface level, not to me. But I guess I could. It's part of our culture. Our culture makes us feel like unless we are engaging in this sort of behavior, we are less than. We are not men. We are
Right.
not respectable. Like we can't be a Theo, and for these are actors and characters too. We can't be a Theo Huxtable, uh, Doctor Huxtable. We can't be dude on My Wife and Kids, the father, Kyle, whatever his name was. Damon Wayans can't, or Uncle Bernie. We can't be those kind of black people. We always gotta be a pimp, a gangster, or some sort of a criminal. Why we can't just? Why we can't? Damn, I sound stupid. Why can't we be something more positive? Why can't we promote more positivity within our community? It's disturbing to me. So, in regards to Charles White coming at Ti's son, I don't see nothing wrong with it because his son is an adult. His son is an adult. Yo, I probably am. I can put these on. This is blurry.
do
Oh yeah,
you
that's
feel like
crazy.
do you feel like Ti is a little bit justified in stating that the people that he helped hadn't come to his defense as far as his son is concerned?
Yo, T.I. can do what T.I. want to do, but what's the logic in this? You know what I'm saying? You want somebody to come to your defense. Somebody's addressing your son for his criminal behavior, his delinquent behavior, right? That is what was going on, right? And people are supposed to just sit here, even though we got all this video footage of your son engaging in delinquent and criminal behavior, and just sit back and say, yo, let me come to his defense. Like, yo, you could do that. You could do that. I guess at some point, I would hope that my friends would be like, yo, look, I know the little boy. He's not really that bad. He's just misguided, yada, yada, yada. What? Why are you trying to pull everybody in it? It's weird. Charleston White's not really he's not an A-list celebrity.
He's getting there, though.
He's a social media influencer. And maybe one day he will be an A-list celebrity. I don't want to dismiss anybody who travels that route. But what were people supposed to do on behalf of T.I.? T.I., you arguing with another man over the behavior of your son, and your son was engaging in criminal or delinquent behavior. What were people supposed to come and do?
Right. I mean,
were they supposed to publicly advocate for your son? Like, even if you did good things for them, what were they supposed to do other than sit you back like, yo, I hope y'all get this resolved? Blah, blah, blah. Were they supposed to get out here and engage in an argument with a dude who really has no boundaries? Like,
yeah.
Explain it to me. Enlighten me. Like, I want to understand the answer.
I don't know the answer because I'm not T.I., but I think he's gotten away with a lot of fuck shit in the past, and people have come to his defense before. So I think he's surprised that nobody has come to his defense regarding this. But I think also Black people, a lot of us are starting to come around and see reality for what it is, and people are just tired of it. We're just tired of the violence, the deaths, the ignorance, the influence. And I think that's where we are at this point. And I don't know. I think he's wanting something for nothing at this point from the people and from those he did stuff for. But I think he's wrong.
He's entitled to do what he wants, but help me understand the logic, right? I'm not gonna put a right or a wrong on it. Help me understand your logic is what I would want to know. Okay, you did these things for him. Why are these people who you exhibited charity and kindness to supposed to come up and engage in an argument between you and another man? It's an argument. It's not a character assassination in front of a judge and a jury where you need character witnesses. This is you arguing, going back and forth with somebody. This is ego really at play more than anything else, because you didn't have to engage me. Your son could have shut up too, and we could have left it alone. But ego is at play, just like it is oftentimes on social media. And now you got this bickering back and forth and making threats, and now you got all these other issues and things escalating. For what? Ego. Social media is the devil. We already had that discussion, man. So if it ain't the devil, it's damn sure a tool of the devil, man.
Definitely a major tool of the devil's. What was I gonna say? He